What's going on, guys? Thank you so much to everyone who's subscribed to the channel, and thank you so much, guys, to everyone who has literally given themselves time to follow us and to watch our videos. I believe you all know already. This is LEENDOMARTIN, and thank you so much for following. I want to go through my watch list for the week with you guys, and hopefully, you guys get a thing or two from the pairs we're looking at with you guys. So I have a couple of pairs that I'm going to go through with you guys, and I have on my watch list USD CAD being the first thing that I want to focus on tonight. And I have GBP AUD, I have GBP JPY, I have Euro USD, and I have gold, and not leaving GBP USD as well. So I'm going to go through all 6 pairs, and hopefully you guys are able to get a thing or two from my markups. So basically what I am looking at now, I'm looking at USD CAD on the daily time frame. So USD CAD, as you may know, we've had some fundamentals affecting the pair and on the past couple of weeks, and we were able to clearly see how price action unfolds after all fundamentals that were affecting the Canadian dollar, to be quite specific. So we've had market playing around 1.3400 all the way to 13100. So for the past couple of weeks, price has been seemingly stuck within 131 and 134. So then it is up to us traders to literally get what price is giving to us and try and learn what the market makers are giving to us. So a lot of people have been trying to buy USD CAD all the way beyond 13400, but then based on these higher time frame markups and levels that I have on my charts, these levels are also quite accurate. I have been able to then see that okay, price is literally not going to break above, based on how last week last week's price action closed below 13400. So if you look at how we've managed to stay below 134 on last week's closure on Friday, you will then see how beautiful this setup is. And once again, we've had this level over here, which I am gonna mark out just now. Maybe let me just use a rectangle tool for you guys to actually understand what I mean. So if you use the end of the body there all the way to the wick, you will notice that we've had a liquidity zone that we had on that region over there, which obviously goes to these regions over there. So if you look at that level and reach, this is a level in which people wanted to sell last week when we had NFP and the fundamentals affecting the CAD as well. So a lot of people wanted to sell over there, but then I knew that market had to come and test that broken level of resistance over there, which 134. So a spike at 134 would then give me confirmations that the pair was literally going to drop all the way to 131. So for now, you can see we've got a beautiful spike around that 134 region, which clearly shows us buyers exhaustion, and literally indicates to us that market probably wants to take a different and probably won't break above, and are gonna in the coming market, and we see a substantial drop in the pair. So if you go to smaller time frames, even the H4 time frame, you'd literally see beautiful formations and setup around that region over there. So if you look at what is happening over here, we have an interesting formation that we have. We have a couple of spinning tops that we have over there. We have 1, 2 spinning tops, and we have a couple of candles also, reversal candle patterns that formed around that region over there. So this then was going to be a beautiful trade to then take. Also looking at how we obviously broke below the first candle that formed over there, which would then be a candlestick that I would look at. You must remember that candles have highs and lows as well. So looking at this candle, I would then know that I was going to wait for a break below this candle and probably a retest on that level. So we failed to come back, retest that level, but the closure was very nice. So if you wanted to risk and take it before the retest, obviously your stop loss would be slightly above the previous candlestick that we have over there. And again, market just literally went on and sank all the way down. So if you look at these past 2 candles, you can see how the bears are now building up momentum for a drop. So my predictions are we are going to break below 1.3300 and probably go to 131. We are going to break below 132, 13300, and are gonna hit 13100. Hopefully by the end of the week we are able to then sink all the way to that level. So if we break below this region, I would then expect a retest on that broken level of support, and then this would then be a beautiful place to take yourselves all the way to 131. So this is what I think on USD CAD, and obviously using most of your strategies as well with Confluence and everything, and look at how I set up my charts to literally get a trade on this one. So I would then wait for a retest at that level 13300, and then I would take more positions going all the way to 131, which is around 200 pips or so. I think this is quite a good trade to literally take. And again, my watch list, I have G8, which I covered with my group on the private Telegram. So what we had on GBP AUD is we've had a beautiful formation at the top. We have a head and shoulder pattern on daily time frame, which I am going to go through in a second. So we have a beautiful head and shoulder pattern on the daily time frame. So if you look at that formation over there, beautiful formation on GBP AUD, you have your left shoulder, you have your head, and you have your right shoulder over there. So the neckline was around that region over there, that liquidity level that we have, based off of this wick that spiked on that liquidity level and region. So we have that level that market broke and came back to retest with today's candle. So today I was literally waiting on that retest to happen, and from there I knew that we were going to sink all the way below 182.50 and probably hit 180.100. So this is now my sentiment on GBP AUD. But again, you use different tools to get your entries right. So for me, this was an area and a zone of interest that I was looking at over here based on, other confluences as well. This was a level in which I was looking at. And again, we were trading below one of my main key levels, which is my monthly region at 18500. So then today's daily candle came and retested round about that same region we was expecting, and from here we can see a beautiful drop from that region, and I am expecting a break below that previous low. I'm expecting a break below that previous low, and a break below that previous low would then mean that we have to come back and retest that level of support before we break below 182.50. So again, guys, I would say then look out for your shorts on this one as well, and this would be a beautiful 250 to 500 pip trade. So I would say look out for this one, and hopefully you guys are able to catch a couple of pips on this one as well. And coming now to GJ, we have an almost similar, setup on this one. Similar setup on GJ, and I was anticipating a rise at least to 146.145 to complete that right shoulder based off of the H4 time frame. So we have our left shoulder, we have our head, and we have our shoulder over there. Now you can see that we have a strong region of support around 14500, which gave us multiple spikes around that region. So my mind then says to me that we have to pull back and give us a low high before we drop below 145. So what I expect